Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I am in Kennecott, Alaska, and I'm going to go ice climbing. So I'm hiking to the start. I'm supposed to be there by 9 o'clock my time. So that's why I'm doing this while I'm walking. Hello, everyone. How's it going? I'm going to record this and post it to the Facebook group and to Instagram because hiking, I don't have my 3 devices as usual. So anyway, I thought it was super appropriate that while I'm hiking to go ice climbing, we're talking about massive action and commitment. So I don't know if any of y'all have heard of these concepts before. Massive action is doing whatever it takes until you get the result for however long it takes. It's like you keep taking action until it's done. Passive action is where you may be doing things or it seems like you're doing things, but you're not creating a result. So this can include what I call mental masturbation, where we like to think about things, debate things, be the armchair philosophers, but not really getting out there and applying what we learn. So this could also include taking a bunch of courses, but not applying the results. Like I tell people when they sign up for Freedom School, you don't have to sign up for any other program. Like it's so thorough. So if you just keep consuming the material, which gives us a little bit of a dopamine hit, right? Learning things, we're like, oh, that was exciting. Then if we just finish that learning and just seek out another dopamine hit, that's passive action. We're just learning and not applying. So of course, at some point, passive action is appropriate, right? Because we are needing to learn things sometimes before we apply them. Like learning how to tie knots before you go climbing or something. But if you don't ever go and do it, right? If you're just talking about it, thinking about it, planning on it, that's passive action. And passive action is super sneaky because it feels good. And it can make us feel like we're actually doing something when we're not. And so it's really important to watch out for those kinds of differences between massive action and passive action. So the other way you can look at it is massive action is creating and passive action is consuming. All right. And there's nothing wrong with either, but if you have a really important goal you want to reach, you have to keep taking massive action, creating a result as you go towards your goal, right? So then we want to look at the feelings we need to take massive action. Oftentimes we drive into passive action and just keep doing passive action because it feels good. And guess what? Applying the shit you learn during passive action tends to not feel so great. It can sometimes, but often it's a bit uncomfortable and you're stretching out of your comfort zone. So it's a lot easier to just consume instead of apply. Because remember the motivational triad of our reptilian brain, right? Our reptilian brain is saying, hey, I just want to do what's easy, avoid pain and seek pleasure, right? Do what's easy, seek pleasure and avoid pain. That's what usually motivates our brain. And so if we think about that, does going out of our comfort zone and applying something new that we learned, something that we're not yet an expert at, hey there, walking through some woods here. That is uncomfortable, right? And we're likely to avoid that in lieu of more passive action and learning. So one thing that I always tell myself, for example, is if I take a course or sign up for a group, I'm gonna earn back the money I spent on it, right? That gives me a result I'm creating. Or I say, I'm not gonna sign up for any other course unless I finish this, right? Or I say, okay, if I'm going to take this course on forgiveness, then I'm really going to apply it towards this particular person or something, right? Like I'm really trying to make sure I'm applying it. Oh, and that's the other thing I wanted to mention. We don't want to just use this when it comes to like more tangible things like how much I weigh or how much money I make, or I want to do a training or get a doctorate degree. For sure, you can use this for those kind of goals, but you can also use them for spiritual goals. Like, I want to be more patient, more kind. I want to be able to forgive this person. I want to be able to move past this. Same kind of commitment. This is why, your spiritual tradition, whatever it might be, you may often have like levels of commitment that you agree to. Like every morning, I'll say these mantras or something like that, right? It's not just to control you. It's because it gives you that level of commitment. So one of the beautiful creek right here, National Creek. So one of the things is we often wait to feel good or motivated. Like when I ask people, why don't you think you're taking action? They say, oh, because I'm not motivated. I just don't feel like doing it. It doesn't feel good, right? And then, hey there. And then, sorry, I have to like get my brain back after I say that. So we say, yeah, you could theoretically think that, but that is not going to get you to your result. Because if we just wait to feel motivated, that shit isn't going to happen. I mean, how many times do I get up to go for a hike or a run and I'm not exactly motivated, right? So wanting to feel motivated before you take action is actually, you're kind of, it's sneaky. Your brain is so smart. It's like, what's wrong with feeling motivated, right? Well, what's wrong with feeling motivated is you're not always going to feel motivated, and that can't be the reason to take massive action, to do something every day to get you towards your goal, right? So I want you to think about this. I want you to think about how we don't want to wait to feel good. We don't want to wait to feel motivated before we take action. We want to feel, I'm going to offer this to you, committed. Now you may pick another feeling, excited or dedicated or whatever it is, but just think about what is that feeling that you need to have in order to take massive action every day. And I bet your ass it's not motivation. Do not let it be motivation or to feel good about it. Just like with climbing, right? Like when I'm climbing up a mountain, sometimes it's on a day where the weather's shitty and it's cold and I'm not really motivated to go out and do it because it's fucking miserable out, but I'm committed, right? I've committed to this day to be a peak ascent, and that's what we're going to do, right? Some of you may have found this out through labor, right? You're like, well, this is fucking intense and it's super uncomfortable and it hurts, but the end result I'm committed to, no matter how this baby comes out, right? Very common example, work. So many of us go to work, right? Even if we don't want to. We're tired, we're sure as hell not motivated, but we do it. Why? Because we're committed. Why? Often it's because we don't want to get fired or we need the benefits for our family or whatever. But look at how easy it is for you to commit to someone else's dream, right? Instead of committing to your own dream. So why is it so easy to go to work when you're not fucking motivated or feeling great about it, even though it's hard and it sucks? It's possible within us, right? But we have to find out what that commitment is. What is that level of commitment? What is your why, right? What is it that gets you fucking jazzed so that you do this every day, right? So we're not gonna take passive action without applying it, right? We can learn, we can study, but then we're gonna take massive action and apply it. We're gonna create a result. We're gonna create and not just consume. We're gonna make sure every day we are creating a result, right? of some sort, that we're inching towards our goals. We're going to make sure that we're not waiting to feel good or motivated or inspired or whatever that is before we take some action. We're going to do this shit anyway. This is Kennecott Mine. Isn't it beautiful? And so we're going to feel committed, right? Commitment to your spiritual practice, to your yoga practice, to creating that income level, to starting your business, to forgiving in a relationship, to letting go of a relationship, whatever it is, commit to it and take action every day. Some people think, oh, it's easy to like think about earning money. What does it mean if I'm trying to move towards something spiritually? Well, you fucking meditate every morning. You do the thought work that I teach in Freedom School. You come to Wake the Fuck Up Wednesdays. You do your Tonglen practice. You do your yoga practice, right? Those things that feed you. Check this shit out. Oh, I'll show you around the corner there. So, isn't that gorgeous? That was all like glacier with rocks that settled on top there. It's amazing. So one thing I want you to ask yourself is, what's one thing I can do today to move me towards my goals, right? What is one thing I can do to create a result to move me towards my goal? No matter or to narrow it down, because we get often stuck in confusion, right? We're like, what the fuck? Like, how do I know what to do? So you can say, what is the most important thing I can do to move towards my goals? And then if that is too confusing, then just fucking pick something. Pick the smallest thing, because as long as you're taking massive action and creating a result of some kind, you're moving towards your goals. Here we go. Check this out. Oh man, I don't think you could see it with the light, but that's Blackburn Mountain back there with the glacier. I think we can see Stairway Ice Falls, one of the biggest ice falls in the world. Anyway, okay, my friends, I'm gonna go hit the fucking ice. I'm so excited to go with my friend Angela. She's totally told me she's afraid of heights, and we're gonna do this shit. Okay, I'm sending you so much love. So don't wait for motivation or inspiration or any of that shit. Be committed to your fucking dream instead of always being committed just for someone else's, okay? Ask yourself every day, what can I do? What's the one thing I can do? All right? I love you so much. Happy Wake the Fuck Up Wednesday. Bye. How the fuck do I end this? I don't know. Oh, there's the end button. It was hidden. Bye, y'all.